Hello, today I'm talking about the no jab, no job policy that the founder of Pimlico Plumbers has said he plans to introduce, compelling all his workers to be inoculated against the coronavirus. Chairman Charlie Mullins compared getting the jab to getting vaccinated for travelling abroad and said the company was looking at drafting new contracts to introduce the measure. So what's the legal position? Is it legal for a company to force its staff to get the COVID-19 vaccine? So there's 2 points. Firstly, some people have, like Mullins himself, suggested that getting vaccinated while going abroad is a given, and it's often a stipulation. In the same vein, excuse the pun, they say that wearing personal protective equipment, or PPE, say on building sites, is mandatory to protect workers on the grounds of health and safety, and for insurance reasons, so why would COVID be any different? Others share the view, similar to me, which is that forcing vaccinations is not something which currently the UK government can do, and therefore there is a real risk of grievances and ultimately employment tribunal claims against the company if they take disciplinary action against their staff under the policy. The UK government has said that it does not plan to introduce a mandatory vaccine, but of course will encourage everyone to have it. In England and Wales, it's the Public Health Control of Disease Act 1984, which gives the government powers to prevent, control, safeguard against the incidence or spread of infections such as coronavirus. However, that legislation specifically provides that a person must not be required to undergo medical treatment. Medical treatment includes vaccinations. The more recent Coronavirus Act 2020 extends that prohibition to Scotland and Northern Ireland. As the UK government doesn't have the legal right to enforce vaccinations, it would seem unlikely to me that employers would be able to compel its employees or workers to be vaccinated against COVID-19. I guess some businesses may argue that compelling vaccinations is justified by the business needs, such as healthcare and frontline workers, and of course that makes sense. But most employment lawyers like me tend to think that a mandatory policy could lead to claims. The Equality Act, for instance, in 2020 protects certain characteristics, such as religion or belief, and we've seen religious groups such as Jehovah's Witnesses reject medical treatment on the grounds of faith. And that could be a way in which employees bring claims if they are forced to take coronavirus vaccines. They may say it's against their religious belief. There's a small potential that the, quote, anti-vaxxer movement could even be considered a philosophical belief protected by the Equality Act. Last year, for instance, an employment tribunal held that ethical veganism was a philosophical belief warranting protection. There's also a human rights issue to all of this, and it's likely that will be the trump card in my opinion. Article 5 has a right to liberty. Article 8 gives people the right to respect for family and private life. And I think that comes into play. So my view then, for now at least, unless legislation changes, is that employers should probably not follow suit and adopt a mandatory vaccine policy. It's likely to cause more employment-related claims and issues. Personally speaking, I can't help think that this story was not much more than some PR for Pimlico Plumbers, and we discussed that on this week's Business Herald podcast as well. So what about wearing a mask? Can an employer force employees to wear masks? I've had a number of inquiries from people about this. And my answer is yes, of course they can. Yes, employers can force you to wear a mask. It's currently a legal requirement to wear a mask in certain places under the health protection (coronavirus) wearing of face coverings in public places regulations, and therefore you have to wear a mask. Thanks for watching this video, and for more information have a look at my website www.stephenmather.co.uk and follow me on social media at Stephen Mather Solicitor. I'm on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course TikTok. Bye-bye.